Hey everybody, welcome back. I thought I'd do another quick video this time. Got two things I want to talk about. We've got the Geophagus suramanensis that I've got in my fish room. I thought I'd tell you a little bit of a story about that one and give you a bit of information on the species that might be able to help, but mostly because a YouTube viewer had mentioned a couple of times that he wanted to see more about it. So Paddy Dog, I think it was, yes. That bit's for you. For everyone else, or for me mostly, because it's that time of year, everyone's thinking about going on holiday or vacation, no matter where you're from. So if you've got that coming up, or you've just been, well, not if you've just been, because that won't really help you. Thinking about that, I get questions from friends and on the internet about what should I do, how do I prepare my fish for holiday. I don't know why, because there must be a bazillion videos on YouTube about that very thing and what to do, and just about every forum I've ever visited has 3 or 4 pinned posts what to do when you're going on vacation, or what you're doing when you're going on holiday. So I had to go away for the weekend recently, so I thought I'll share that video with you now of all the prep I put in. That'll be coming up here. Okay, so the idea there is nothing. You're going away for a weekend, don't buy a feeding block, don't get someone to come round and feed your fish for you, they'll be fine. So once again, what should you do? Are you sure? That's it. No big reveal. If you came for the holiday stuff, you can go. Nothing. If you're going away for a week, you might want to get prepared a couple of days in advance, give them a regular feed, maybe the day before you go away, or the day before that. The day before you go away, or the day you go away, do a big water change, and then nothing. Don't buy these feeder blocks. All they do is pollute the water. They create more problems than they're worth. Unless you really trust someone, don't get people to come round and have a guess at feeding your fish and what they think you should leave. Sometimes you can get these little pill packets for separating your pills out for the days of the week. If I am getting someone to feed, I'll use one of them, put in what I want each tank to be given, then the person can come along and do that. But unless I'm going away for 2 weeks or more, leave them, they'll be fine. Adult fish will last 2 weeks, no problem whatsoever. Juveniles, if you've got babies you're growing, or if it's a business, then you might want to think again. But for the majority of people, don't do anything. Simple as that. So, on to the next point. This is a story all about how my life So, about 18 months ago, probably, yeah, I was at my local fish store. I was having a look around, not really, well, every time I go in there, I'm not really looking to buy anything, but more often than not I'll come away with something. And they had a tank labelled up as Geophagus suramanensis, and I liked the look of them. They were quite small. I couldn't get a phone signal in the shop, so I was talking to the guy in the shop. What are they like? I've not kept these before. What do we need to do? Because I'd always known them as earth eaters, and I said, I've got a discus tank, it's a planted tank, would these work in there? and I was mostly worried about, oh, they'll just uproot everything I've put them in there if they're earth eaters. They went, oh no, these Surumanensis, they don't get big, they're not aggressive, they're quite timid eaters, and they don't disturb your substrate. I thought, ah, perfect. Go on then, I'll have 3 please. Parted with my £60 or whatever it was. Took them home, put them in the tank. Well, I did it properly, quarantined them for a fortnight or so. Put them in with a discus display and everything was fine for about 3 days. And then they started uprooting the substrate. And by then I'd done my research obviously and kind of knew they were going to do this. But the substrate I had in the planted tank wasn't that deep. Most of the stuff was in pots and things like that, so that was fine. That wasn't too much of a bother. But after about 3-4 weeks of rearranging my decoration to the way they liked it, I was getting a bit fed up with it, but it is what it was. And then one of them spawned. Well, there was a trio of them, so there was 3 of them. And one day I came home, bazillion fry all over the place. This is fantastic. So straight onto the internet. What should I do? Separate the parents? Should I move them with fry because they were holding in their mouth? Should I keep one on their own, fry on their own, all this kind of thing? And the time I was away typing all this away happily on the internet, this guy was busily killing the other 2 and all the fry. So came back to absolute carnage. One of them dead, wiped out, killed, another one kind of fighting for its life, and this guy who lovingly nicknamed either Dickhead or Arsehole, depending on my mood, is there happy as Larry swimming around. So got him out, and ever since, every attempt I've made to put him in with larger fish, I had a Texas cichlid that I had in a large tank downstairs for a while, put him in with that. They were kind of okay together because the Texas was a lot bigger than it, but I got rid of the Texas, tried them with another bunch of discus in a downstairs tank, just chasing them around all the time. Tried them with smaller fish, chasing them around all the time, not killing them, but just annoying them. So he had to go into a tank of his own, and he has lived there ever since. So this is him you've seen here. He's very shy. When you go into the room, he doesn't come out. For a good 5 minutes he'll hide. He sleeps in that clay pot you see in the video. He lives in there with another dwarf cichlid, Tomasi, I'm not sure how to say that. They get along fine. There's also a couple of cribs and maybe a guppy has made their way into that tank over time as well, just with various moves. But he's happy, and well, I don't know whether he's happy in there or not. I don't think he'll ever be happy. He's a bit troubled. So I'm actively looking to rehome him to anyone that can take him on, who's got other geos or a big enough tank or big enough fish and tank to look after him. Otherwise he's staying in that tank for the time being. He's a beautiful fish, he's just got a bit of a personality disorder. As I said, I bought him as a Geophagus surumanensis. Other people have questioned whether that's true or not. I don't know either way. Like many of the geos, the Altafrons and other ones, they've all got really beautiful markings, like you might be able to see on this tank. The lighting's not great on it, but they all have similar requirements. They should really be kept in a group. That'll keep them happiest. They do like a good substrate, so they like to dig, and you'll see in that tank even he's moving around that substrate to his liking. But if you can get past that, then they're a lovely fish to keep, especially in a large group. I've seen them in groups with angels and discus before, when they've been in huge big tanks, and a big group of them, like 10 or 12. It's a sight to behold. So you're looking to keep a small group at least, to keep them happy and keep them as close as possible to good environment, and keep their interest going and that kind of thing, so they don't go mental like what mine has. But if you've got a small tank, your little 60 litre thing, and you see these in a shop, just walk on by. No matter what the guy in the shop says, they will get big. There are smaller species, but even then they're still big and they still require a lot of space to swim around in. So that was it. That's just my quick look at those tanks and documenting my little holiday. which was as fun as it looked. And I'll get back to you with some Discus news next time, hopefully. I've got the next big plan is buying my new display tank. I think I've picked it. I think I'm going for a 5x2x2. Not sure whether I'm going to go the custom route or going to go for the manufactured tank route. But that's the last decision to make, the actual tank to buy, and then everything else is pretty much sorted. So hopefully have a little series on you about all the goings on there. And I'll catch you next time. As always, leave a comment, let me know if there's something you want to see, the things you've seen around here before, something you want to talk to me about, or want me to talk about, or tell me I'm wrong about something, as people on the internet often do. Like, subscribe, comment, all that. But yeah, leave a comment, I'll get back to you if I can, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.